Are you tired of living in a society where certain things are considered normal, but go against the core teachings of Buddhism? In this video, we're diving deep into the teachings of Buddhism to shed light on 5 things that should not be considered normal in our society. Lesson 1. Telling yourself things that are not true. Telling ourselves things that are not true is a common habit that can have profound negative effects on our mental and emotional well-being. These untruths, often referred to as cognitive distortions, can take many forms. They can be thoughts that deny our feelings, such as, "I'm not hurt by what they said," or thoughts that create false narratives about our abilities, such as, "I'm just not good at this." These cognitive distortions can prevent us from seeing the world as it truly is, leading to confusion, unhappiness, and suffering. They can also hinder our personal growth and prevent us from reaching our full potential. Buddhism encourages us to practice mindfulness and self-awareness to overcome this habit. By being present in the moment and observing our thoughts and feelings without judgment, we can gain a clearer understanding of our inner world. This understanding can help us identify cognitive distortions and replace them with more accurate and constructive thoughts. One powerful tool for cultivating mindfulness and self-awareness is meditation. Through meditation, we can learn to quiet the mind and focus our attention on the present moment. This can help us become more aware of our thoughts and feelings, allowing us to identify cognitive distortions more easily. Self-compassion involves treating ourselves with kindness, understanding, and forgiveness. It means acknowledging our pain and discomfort without judgment and offering ourselves comfort and support. By cultivating self-compassion, we can create a safe space within ourselves where we can face our thoughts and feelings honestly and compassionately. By cultivating wisdom, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. This understanding can help us see through cognitive distortions and recognize the truth of our situation. It can also help us develop more accurate and constructive thoughts, leading to greater clarity, peace, and happiness. Telling ourselves things that are not true is a common habit that can have profound negative effects on our mental and emotional well-being. By practicing mindfulness, self-awareness, self-compassion, and wisdom, we can overcome cognitive distortions and cultivate a more accurate and constructive inner dialogue. Lesson 2. Don't set any goals to work towards. Intention is a fundamental concept in Buddhism. It is the mental factor that directs our actions towards a specific goal. Our intentions shape our actions, which in turn shape our lives. Therefore, setting goals with clear intentions is crucial for leading a purposeful and meaningful life. Many of us often set goals without clear intentions. We may want to achieve something because it's expected of us, or because others are doing it. But without a clear understanding of why we want to achieve it, our goals can lack meaning and purpose. Effort is another important concept in Buddhism. It is the mental factor that drives us to strive and persevere towards our goals. According to Buddhism, effort is necessary for achieving any goal, whether it's worldly or spiritual. Many of us often set goals without putting in the necessary effort. We may want to achieve something, but we are not willing to put in the hard work and dedication required to achieve it. This lack of effort can lead to frustration and disappointment, as we fail to make progress towards our goals. Buddhism encourages us to cultivate effort and perseverance in our pursuit of goals. This does not mean we should push ourselves to the point of exhaustion. It means we should strive towards our goals with determination and persistence, while also being mindful of our limits and needs. While Buddhism emphasizes the importance of setting goals, it also recognizes the need for balance. The pursuit of goals should not come at the expense of our well-being and happiness. It should not lead us to neglect our responsibilities and relationships. Buddhism encourages us to set goals that are balanced and sustainable. This means setting goals that are challenging yet achievable, and that align with our values and purpose. It means setting goals that contribute to our well-being and happiness, as well as the well-being and happiness of others. Setting goals is an important aspect of personal growth and development. It gives us direction and purpose, and motivates us to improve and grow. Setting goals without clear intentions, effort, and mindfulness can lead to frustration and disappointment. The impermanence of life means that everything is constantly changing. People come and go, relationships change, and even our own feelings and emotions are not constant. Therefore, relying on others for our happiness is like building a house on shifting sands. It is unstable and unreliable. The concept of interdependent origination teaches us that everything arises in dependence upon multiple causes and conditions. Happiness, too, is not an isolated phenomenon. It is not something that others can give to us. Rather, it arises from our own mind, based on our own actions and attitudes. When we rely on others for our happiness, we are essentially giving away our power. We are letting others control our emotions and our well-being. This not only puts an unfair burden on others, but it also prevents us from developing our own inner strength and resilience. Buddhism encourages us to cultivate inner peace and happiness. This does not mean that we should isolate ourselves from others or reject their love and kindness. Rather, it means that we should not depend on others for our happiness. We should learn to find joy and contentment within ourselves. This is not a selfish act. In fact, it is quite the opposite. When we are happy and content within ourselves, we are better able to give love and kindness to others. We are not drained by our own emotional needs, and we can offer our support and compassion to others without expecting anything in return. Loving kindness is the wish for all beings to be happy. Compassion is the wish for all beings to be free from suffering. Sympathetic joy is the ability to rejoice in the happiness of others. Equanimity is the ability to remain balanced and calm in the face of all situations. By cultivating these positive mental states, we can develop a deep sense of inner peace and happiness. We can find joy in the happiness of others, rather than feeling threatened or envious. We can remain calm and composed in difficult situations, rather than being overwhelmed by fear or anxiety. We can offer our love and kindness to others, without expecting anything in return. Relying on others to always give us love, attention, or fun is not a sustainable or reliable source of happiness. It is based on a misunderstanding of the nature of life and the origins of happiness. By understanding the impermanent nature of life and the interdependent origination of all phenomena, we can learn to cultivate inner peace and happiness. Through the practice of mindfulness, meditation, and the cultivation of positive mental states, we can find joy and contentment within ourselves, and offer our love and kindness to others without expecting anything in return. This is the path to true happiness and fulfillment, according to the teachings of Buddhism. Lesson 4. Spending what you don't have. Spending more than we earn or have saved is a common problem in today's consumer-driven society. We are constantly bombarded with messages encouraging us to buy more, have more, and be more. This relentless pursuit of material possessions often leads to overspending, debt, and financial stress. From a Buddhist perspective, this habit is a form of attachment. We become attached to the temporary pleasures that material possessions can bring, and we cling to them in the hope that they will make us happy. However, this attachment can lead to suffering. When we spend what we don't have, we create a cycle of debt and stress that can be difficult to escape. Buddhism encourages us to cultivate contentment and generosity. Instead of constantly striving for more, we should learn to be satisfied with what we have. This does not mean that we should not strive for improvement or that we should accept a life of poverty. Instead, it means that we should find a balance between our material needs and our spiritual needs. Living within our means is an important aspect of this balance. When we live within our means, we can avoid the suffering that comes from debt and financial stress. We can also use our resources to help others, cultivating compassion and generosity. Spending what we don't have is not limited to money. We can also spend our time and energy in ways that leave us depleted and stressed. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to overcommit and find ourselves with too much to do and not enough time or energy to do it. This overcommitment can lead to burnout, a state of chronic physical and emotional exhaustion. When we spend our time and energy without mindfulness, we can become so focused on doing that we forget to be. We lose touch with the present moment and with our own needs and feelings. Buddhism teaches us to be mindful of our time and energy. We should not overcommit or overextend ourselves. Instead, we should prioritize our activities and commitments, choosing those that align with our values and goals. We should also take time for rest and relaxation, allowing our bodies and minds to rejuvenate. Spending what we don't have can also apply to our relationships. We may give more of ourselves than we can afford to, emotionally or physically, leading to feelings of resentment, exhaustion, or even exploitation. This is not a healthy or sustainable way to maintain relationships. Buddhism encourages us to practice compassion and kindness, but also to set boundaries. We should not give more of ourselves than we can afford to, and we should not allow others to take more than they should. We should strive for balance in our relationships, giving and receiving in equal measure. Spending what we don't have, whether it's money, time, or energy, can lead to suffering and unhappiness. It is a form of attachment that contradicts the principles of mindfulness, contentment, and generosity. By living within our means, being mindful of our time and energy, and setting boundaries in our relationships, we can avoid this suffering and cultivate a life of balance, peace, and happiness. Lesson 5. Not fulfilling your hopes and wishes. Our hopes and wishes are often reflections of our deepest desires and aspirations. They are the dreams that keep us moving forward, the goals that give our lives purpose and direction. When we neglect these hopes and wishes, we are not only denying ourselves the opportunity to grow and evolve, but we are also creating a void in our lives that can lead to dissatisfaction and regret. The secret of health for both mind and body is not to mourn for the past, not to worry about the future, or not to anticipate troubles, but to live in the present moment wisely and earnestly. It's important to note that fulfilling our hopes and wishes does not mean we should cling to them obsessively. Buddhism warns against the dangers of attachment and desire. Instead, we should strive to achieve our hopes and wishes with mindfulness and balance, understanding that they are not the sole source of our happiness. The first step is to understand what your hopes and wishes truly are. This requires self-awareness and introspection. Take some time to reflect on what you truly want in life. Remember, your hopes and wishes should align with your values and principles. Once you understand your hopes and wishes, set clear intentions to achieve them. In Buddhism, intention is a powerful force that can shape our reality. By setting clear intentions, you are planting the seeds for your hopes and wishes to manifest. Intentions alone are not enough. You need to take action towards your hopes and wishes. Remember, every action, no matter how small, can make a difference. Fulfilling your hopes and wishes may take time. It requires patience and perseverance. Do not be discouraged by setbacks or obstacles. Instead, see them as opportunities to learn and grow. While striving towards your hopes and wishes, do not forget to appreciate what you already have. Cultivate gratitude for the present moment. This can bring joy and contentment to your journey. Remember, your hopes and wishes should not become a source of obsession or attachment. Maintain balance in your life. Understand that your happiness does not solely depend on the fulfillment of your hopes and wishes. Every hope and wish has the potential to create positive karma. Every action towards your hopes and wishes is a step towards growth and evolution. So start fulfilling your hopes and wishes today. Start living a life that is true to your dreams and aspirations. Start creating a life that is filled with purpose, joy, and fulfillment.